And then I remembered that once you ask the question, you can't be just looking for signs. You have to just forget it.
Let it go. Yeah.
And the other day I said, okay, so give me an overall sign of something I cannot miss that talks to both what's happening globally and to my book.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it, and I thought, nope, you don't get to think about it. So I started doing, I am the light, I am the love, A block later, I look over and there's this big rabbit that I could not miss hopping along the neighbor's lawn over there. That's about fertility and new life.
Yeah.
Now, how direct can you get?
Good fortune. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like, relax with it. Give it over to something a little bit bigger. Do what you're called to do and just let it go.
Absolutely. And since you mentioned your book, why don't we tell the audience more about it?
Oh, okay.
Now, is this backwards? When I hold it up, is it backwards?
No, it is not. Why is that? Why is that not backwards?
I don't know, because I clicked some button on my
monitor. Okay, that's super.
So yeah, when everybody else is watching this, they'll see paradise.
Right.
So I wrote this book 14 years ago.
Actually, I got to paying attention, Marianne, and it's 17 years ago.
17 years ago.
Time just kind of just goes.
Well, we know it doesn't exist,
That's right. And so, yeah, good point. And, I just let it kind of go to sleep. I never felt very confident in it. And, it's as accurate today, more so than it was when I wrote it. And it was channeled by who I called Doherty and Associates, which was just simply something that came into my mind as far as the words. And we're really just that much closer to peace than we were then. And actually, we're right in the middle of, not even the middle, we are at the edge right now, getting ready to step into peace. So the book tells you how we got to where we were, how we forgot who we were, how little by little we got too busy to even think about what was going on. And then it describes my view of paradise, the view I was given of paradise. And people have a hard time thinking about peace and paradise because we've not experienced it on this planet.
Right.
This is a warring planet.
Yeah.
So it just gives you an edge to where you say, wow, this could be, because guess what? We are creating our own realities.
Absolutely. And if you go to the ASOS Facebook page, you will see how you can get it through Amazon. You can get it as a paperback like I have here. And I was one of the very lucky ones to have a personal signature on there.
If you order through ASOS, which is what we're going to hype here, you get a signed copy. I will mail it to you directly.
It's nice.
And I will do it quickly.
Okay. And we'll put a link at the end of the good news where we run the credits about what deck we use in that. We'll put a link also to get it through.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
So it's a re-release. You had already released it in the past, but this is a new release with some new art on the front and just repackaged a little differently.
Absolutely.
The content's the same. Yeah. And I love it. And you can sit down and read it for pretty quick. And it's just, it's a good coffee table book. I just have it out and people pick it up and look at it, and then we start a conversation. So it's kind of.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you for that. And it carries loads of codes. I think this book is a lot of people's wake-up call. So if you're feeling like you're a little lost, you're in a void, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing or where you're going, pick it up, read it.
Well, I'm going to jump into a card, And I'm using.
Oh, that should be fun. Is that like jumping out of a cake, jumping into a card?
You're in the mood today.
Well, little coffee. I celebrate Tuesdays with you with coffee.
Okay, then. Most people have to drink when they hang out with me, but it's so this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck.
Ooh, nice. I love that deck.
We've used this maybe a couple of times.
Yeah.
And there's 3 people that collaborated in writing this, one of which is Colette, of course. Wouldn't it be fun if we had Colette on the Good News someday?
Hey, nice idea.
Yeah, since we do this and use mostly her decks.
Absolutely.
That would be something, huh? I just got goosebumps.
Yeah. I think maybe you better send her a Good News.
I could do that. All right. So, what do we need to know today for our highest good?
I always think that's a good question, because then it comes out for everybody that's watching this, whenever they're watching it, and for us.
Number 52, stand still.
Oh my gosh. Hardest thing in the world
for you when you're drinking coffee.
Yeah, especially if you're drinking coffee.
I did pull it in the reverse position, which in this deck is called the medicine position. This deck's put together a little differently than some of the other ones, so I just end up reading the whole part of it. But the medicine section is specific if you pull it upside down. And that's not a bad thing. It's just extra love, extra wisdom from the universe. Okay, so the essence of this card, and I've never drawn this card. I think that's always fun when I have a
absolutely.
When standstill appears, it is a symbol of pausing, the act of observation and breathing space. It represents the benefits of temporary non-action, as well as what happens when one is stuck. When things seem to stall or stagnate, or when you feel stuck, this symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. Perhaps it's time to gather more information or just wait until the universe makes the next move. No matter what, this moment is a beautiful gift orchestrated in your favor. Enjoy it. Let the universe bring all the parts together for the highest good. Go and play, recharge, and take the focus off whatever has stalled. Life will get busy again for you sooner than you think. Now, the medicine, time to get out of analysis paralysis. Stand still, invites you to turn within, breathe, and recognize this is the condition of the moment. It allows you the opportunity to bear witness to whatever is going on before movement resumes. This is also an opportunity to abort a project, to exit before damage. And it may also be time to relieve you of an unnecessary burden that you took on without considering the cost. Which one it is depends on your stopping, taking a deep breath, quieting your mind, and removing all your distractions. Then you can make your next move in a grounded, relaxed, detached way. When something doesn't go the way you think it should, remember the following. What is yours cannot be taken away.
Wow. Doesn't get any better than that. And you know, it rings so true with all the busyness. Because the busyness and the desire to make something happen, you know, there's a limit to where you simply step up and do something you think needs done or that comes into you. And then you have to let it go. Not say, oh, that little movement should have done this, 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 and this.
Mm.
You do whatever you're called to, and then you give it to something bigger than you.
Yeah, that's hard, right? Though,
Yes.
you know, because
Yes.
those mind monkeys, you know,
I
that are,
love that.
you know, they're hanging there, you know, they're like going, oh, over here, oh, you know, I mean, that's how it feels in my head on any given day.
Right.
And yeah, you know, for me, this is really about ego. And it's funny, you know, we draw the cards we need when we need them, because this morning I woke up and my physical body was so relaxed, and it was just a wonderful feeling. And I'm in that waking stage, you know, that hypnopompic stage. And then my mind just went, and I'm like, stop. And then it stop. And I thought, how
Right.
odd that, you know, my body got it. And sometimes like my mind will be relaxed, but I'll feel my body's a little tense. It's like, really, I got the body now relaxed. And my mind is, I just realized, you know, all these things coming up. And it was particularly difficult this morning for me to let them go and just stay in the stillness and stand still. And I managed to do that. It took a little longer. So it's interesting that then I pull this card, um, you know, and I'm reading this, and my mind monkeys are going, huh, what's the unnecessary burden that I took on without considering the cost? Huh, you know, what is it that I'm supposed to step out of, or what project am I supposed to stop? What am I supposed to quit? You know, so I'm reading this and they're going, I told you so. I told you so. You shouldn't have done that. You know, it really gets them going. I'm going to let you talk now.
No, I love that, because that's exactly what I was doing while you were reading it too.
Well, and
Is
then how's this? And then I was thinking, I bet Joanne's thinking about her book.
and I was.
She released it during Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, you know what? I am strong personified. I'm just going to release this book in Mercury retrograde. Look at me. You know, it's like, what the hell? How do people even do this shit? You know? And so, but I agree with you. And I'm sitting here while you're reading that thinking, well, what am I supposed to let go of? What am I hanging on to? Why can't I see clearly here what it is that I'm probably doing over and over and over in my life? Think I'm going to get a different result?
Insanity.
Insanity. Yeah. So life is not for the, what's the word? How do you say, the faint of heart, right?
It takes courage and bravery to, yeah, to not stay in your head, to
Absolutely.
not live, you know, controlled by ego. And, you know, stand still to me is a wake up. It's a red flag in a sense. I don't really like that term too much, but it's like, stop.
I think of the stop signs I hit
Yeah.
on my walks, you know?
And then breathe, stop, breathe.
Right.
That's the, you know, that's God, you know, that's the
Yeah.
universe. That's okay.
Well, what has occurred to me, Marianne, and I've thought about it the past couple of days, is we are not living in our majesty or in our magic. Because when we are able to have that, just that much belief for 10 seconds,
mm-hmm.
to where we can feel the success of what it is we're doing, then you can simply put an idea out, maybe make a movement. If it takes a movement from you, it may not. It may just take intention, a command, because we are magic. And then you walk away and you go do something else. Go take dance lessons, go do something. And get out of the way. But we stay in the way. It's like, oh, they can't do it without me. You know? So it's interesting. We know this stuff, but I do feel like I have had glimpses in the last few weeks of the bigger picture, of the fact that we are here still making this hard after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And this is the one to where we get to change that. And it can change in a heartbeat. We no longer have time to spend 3 years practicing. Now we just say, I know how to do this. I've done it before, and I'm letting go.
Well, this sounds like a lovely place to step into meditation.
Well, let's do that then. Let's get grounded. Let's get really grounded. And I think it takes a lot of grounding when you've got mind monkeys all around. So a deep breath. A deep breath. See yourself, the roots, the bottom of your feet going deep, deep, deep into the crystalline heart of Mother Gaia. And then also, we definitely want the tube that goes from our tailbone down into Mother Gaia. And this is where we release the shadow, the what's not working, the heavier energy as we go through this activation. So take another deep breath. See your light ignited. You know, the light of the Christ is always, always, always burning within you. And when you take this deep, heartfelt breath, you simply ignite it, and it fills your body instantly, overflowing into the earth that you are standing on and to every inhabitant of the planet. So take another deep breath. And you're going to see yourself in this orb. And the orb is made up of the light of the Christ. And then you're going to pour your heart energy out there too, your heart light. So now you've probably got a little color going. And so take a deep breath, know you're grounded, and see yourself split right in two vertically. And now there's two of you. And you're wondering what the hell, but here's what's going on. One of you has got mind monkeys hanging all over. You can see them. They're hanging off your head. They're standing on your shoulders. They're all over the place, and you're just trudging. Your feet are in like mud. You are trudging, figuring out what I need to do, following the instructions from all those mind monkeys. And if your ego is getting a little incensed over this, good. The ego needs to go take a break, a coffee break. And so as you're looking at that side, boy, that funnel, it's just full. You're just releasing. And the monkeys are adding some more. And so it's like this vicious cycle. Mm-hmm. And what we know now is that doesn't change things. That keeps things very much the status quo. And that's not what we're about. That's not what this time, that's not what this age is about. So let's look at our other self there. And there are no mind monkeys. There is a sense when you step into this other self of wholeness, but there's a void within you that's filled with light. It doesn't feel like a void, but you feel bigger, you feel more expansive. And you feel more in charge because you know there's something bigger than you, that light that is filling you, that Christ self, your future self, your higher self, God, whatever you want to call it. That's who you really are. And so you look at the same goal that you have over in this other body, and you see it done. It's done. You have succeeded. And you feel the joy and you feel the happiness. And you let it go because you know it is done. The timing is none of your business. So find the next fun thing you want to do, the next thing you want to accomplish. Watch for signs of something you may need to do physically. But put out the intention, feel the results. And then absolutely know that it has happened because you are magic. You are the co-creator. And as a co-creator, your job is to decide what is created, and then you back off and allow it to be. So now you have a choice. Either the free body can take over when we close this split, or the heavy body can move right back in. As we take another deep breath, we make that decision and we see ourselves as whole. Personally, I am so expansive right now, and I hope you are too. So take another deep breath. Bring out your wand. Practice your magic. See not only what you want in your life, but what you want globally. See the global peace. See paradise. And know that this is truth. And we will create. We will create together. We will create peace and paradise. And we will live our own individual passions. So another deep breath. And come back into the body that you have decided to be in. And it is done. It is done by the power of 3, a perfect trinity. It is done. It is done. It is done.
And so it is.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste.